Okay, this is the December coaching call, and I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving and everyone is getting ready for the holidays. Here at the Healing the Eye and Wellness Center, we're have our place decorated. We're looking forward to our December program, which is next week. We also had our office party last night, which was really a lot of fun. The office got together, time for celebration. And here's a photograph of myself and my Santa's cap and my wife, Lee. So a question was asked, how long to improve my vision? Many of you are using microcurrent, you're in the program, and some of you are very satisfied with the improvement of vision. Others are wondering when their vision is going to improve. Will it continue to improve? And these are all really good questions. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that. And if you do have any comments or questions, please type them, or you can also raise your hand. I see a list of all the participants, and if you click the hand button, that means you have a question for me, or you can also type the question. So there's many factors involved in how you're going to respond to microcurrent and these alternative therapies. I think the most important factor is your general health. How healthy are you? In homeopathy, we talk about something called the vital force or the vital energy. This is the nature of the body, the energy of the body that can stimulate healing, that is the catalyst for healing. Obviously, if you're in a debilitated state, nutritionally deficient, your body is going to have a much more difficult time to heal. Also, the degree of macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, so the extent of damage that already exists. I think these are two of the most important factors that will determine progress. In my experience, someone who has a mild degree of macular degeneration and who is in good health, um, eating a good diet, they are the ones that are going to respond quickly. And that's why we put a lot of emphasis on um, eating a proper diet, shifting your diet more towards organic, living, raw food, avoiding genetically modified food, avoiding foods with pesticides and preservatives. And of course, the best way to do that is to eat organic. Um, Also, proper hydration is essential to help detoxify your body. The second area is balancing the autonomic nervous system. And what I mean by that is reducing stress, having a good positive attitude. Our bodies are remarkable. And unfortunately, when we're in a stressful state, we have negative energy that really inhibits our body from healing. So, one of the goals as an alternative doctor is to help you um, reduce stress. And the longer I practice alternative medicine, the more I realize that sometimes this is the most important thing we can do, reducing stress, helping you to develop a positive attitude. The third area is heavy metal poisoning. And everyone who goes through either the fast track program or the 3-day program will get their heavy metals studied and measured. If we're not able, if we're not able to treat these heavy metals, that's going to be a inhibiting factor. Now, why is this so? Well, the heavy metals are very toxic. They're especially toxic to the neurological system. They also interfere with enzyme activity, normal cellular metabolism. Many of you are deficient in zinc. And one of the reasons for zinc deficiency is that you either have elevated lead and mercury. The elevated lead and mercury is a much larger molecule, and it kind of displaces the zinc or essential minerals for the body. Um, We have found that people who respond the best to alternative therapies attend the 3 day program. So if you are on the fast track program and you haven't had the opportunity to come to Florida, I would encourage you to come to the 3 day program. And of course, if you've already invested in your microcurrent machine, um, it's not going to be, the investment is not going to be as great as if you came to the 3 day program. You would just pay for the services. And I'll talk a little bit more. Um, One of you just threw in a question: if I come to Tampa for 1 day, what are some of the treatments I could have? Injections, questions about the rectal ozone, and I'm going to go over that about what you can do, what goes on at the 3 day program. So, the benefits of the 3 day program: you'll have 3 days of intensive treatments, and one of the best ways that we can evaluate the success is how your body responds. Um, when you're participating in the fast track program, we really can't evaluate changing the programs. It's more difficult to do that at a distance. During the 3 day program, we do intravenous therapies to build that nutritional foundation. Although I recommend that everybody who's participating in the fast track program, and even if you finish the 3 day program, that you continue to have these IV therapies. And it's recommended you have one IV therapy a month. The therapy that I recommend is called the Myers cocktail. This is a highly fortified mixture of various vitamins: vitamin C, B complex vitamins, taurine, zinc, selenium, a lot of trace minerals that your body needs. If you've already participated in a 3 day program and it's been 6 months or longer, we are offering new modalities. Rectal ozone is now part of the program. And the reason why I like rectal ozone, I've always been a big advocate of oxidative therapies, either IV hydrogen peroxide or autohemotherapy, where we take out some blood and mix it with ozone. But what I like about the rectal ozone, this is something that if we find it beneficial, you can do this at home. I like therapies that empower you to do these treatments at home. Studies have come out now that have been published that show that rectal ozone is just as effective as the intravenous, which is great, great news. Dr. Sylvia Mendinez published a study using rectal ozone in the treatment of macular degeneration and glaucoma, and her results were spectacular. So when you do come for the 3 day program, or even if you come for a day, you will be able to experience the rectal ozone and see if it benefits you. The other treatment we're doing is called PEMF, Pulse Electromagnetic Field Therapy. And I just wrote about this in the recent newsletter. If you need a link to this article, please give the office a call. Pulse electromagnetic field, and this was recently featured by Dr. Oz on his television show. He feels that this is one of the greatest advances in medicine in terms of the treatment of pain, reducing inflammation, and I have found it is phenomenal for helping to improve people with visual problems. The pulse electromagnetic field is different than microcurrent. Uh, Microcurrent uses weak electrical energy to stimulate cellular activity. Pulse electromagnetic field changes the field. It helps balance the body. This was discovered to be essential for good health when the Russian cosmonauts came back from space, and they had good food, oxygen, water, and sunlight, but their bodies were weak and in a debilitated state because they lacked an electromagnetic field. And now NASA has put in electromagnetic fields in all the spacesuits now. The Earth is losing its electromagnetic field. Scientists estimate that it's lost 90% of the electromagnetic field over the last 2,000 years. This is making us more prone to chronic disease. So we need to strengthen the electromagnetic field. One of the best ways to do that is, believe it or not, simply taking your shoes and socks off, walking on the earth barefoot. Unfortunately, most shoes now are rubber soled shoes, and we're losing our grounding contact with the earth. When we are grounded to the earth, that helps strengthen our body's healing ability, helps balance our electromagnetic field. So we have purchased a very sophisticated machine which will pulse this electromagnetic energy into your body. And in a short period of time, many patients have had chronic musculoskeletal, back problems, headaches. These problems have gone away. I'm beginning to have some experience in using it for eye problems, although there's been numerous articles published in the Russian literature on the use of pulse electromagnetic field in the treatment of macular degeneration and glaucoma. My initial experience, I've only been using it for about a month. I feel that it acts synergistically. It benefits the microcurrent, has a supportive effect. The other advantages of attending a 3-day program or coming to Tampa is that we're able to fine tune and customize programs that work for you. When you're here in the office, we can change the programs frequently to try to help you. Okay. Somebody asked the questions. Why can I not reach you on the telephone? Operator said I was first online. Well, this webinar really isn't to call up and talk to me. If you are online and you want to ask me a question, you really have to be online with the computer. If you're on your telephone, unfortunately, I'm not able to take your call. So you can type a question, um, but I'm not certain if I can pick up the receiver and talk to you. Okay, one thing that we offer, and I don't know if a lot of you are aware of this, is we have a continued care plan. Uh, whenever you sign up for a program, the program is only good for 1 year. And after that year, we do offer what we call our continued care plan. And it offers a lot of really benefits. And one is that you have a comprehensive reevaluation when starting the program. So after a year, I'll personally review your eye records. Or if you come to Florida, we will do a thorough eye evaluation on you to help reprogram your machine. You also have 6-month follow-up examination with me that will spot check what's going on in 6 months. You also have unlimited reprogramming of the eye protocol on your microcurrent machine, which is normally $100 each time we reprogram, so it'll be unlimited during the continued care program. And also we will offer an additional program on your microcurrent machine. The regular price is $100 per program, so many of you are interested in using microcurrent for other problems, musculoskeletal, digestion, etc. You will also be able to continue with these monthly coaching calls with me. We have these every month, and of course, this is an opportunity for you to ask me questions and send me suggestions or topics. You also get 1 year of telephone and email support to the office. You can call up anytime, have your questions answered, and you can also email me. And we also give you a one-time 20% off your entire order for vitamins or products when you join the continued care program. So normally, if you itemize up all these features, it would be $735, but it is only $495. So those of you that are coming towards the end of your fast track program and you want to continue to be involved, you want to continue to work with me, then I would highly recommend signing up for the continued care program. Either give the office a call or email me. I'll be sending you a copy of these slides, and you can click on the link to sign up that way. Okay, somebody asked a question right now. Do you have any 3-day programs this month in December, or any 1-day appointments in December? We do have a 3-day program in December, which is completely full. We limit the number of patients in the 3-day program to 5. We may have an opportunity to actually do a in-office consultation, but after I finish the discussion on homeopathy, I'll give you the schedule for those people who are interested in coming to the Florida Wellness Center outside of the 3-day program. You know, the 3-day program is a structured event, but many of you are interested in coming for 1 or 2 days to get some treatments, to have a tune-up on your eyes, and I'll give you the dates that we have available for that. A question: who was the first homeopath? You know, homeopathy is my true love. I think it's one of the highest forms of healing. Right now we're in the middle of our homeopathic course, which is a lot of fun. I'm teaching a beginning course on homeopathy, and I hope that many of you will become interested in studying or reading more about homeopathy, because homeopathy, I think, is really is one of the highest levels of healing. But who was the first homeopath? Believe it or not, it was Moses, and this is taken from Exodus 23:20. And he took the calf which they had made, and burnt it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and stewed it upon the water. Now, this is the way we make homeopathic remedies. We take a product, we pulverize it, burn it, we mix it in water, and then we ingest it. And this was described in the Bible, and it's interesting. The golden calf was made of gold, and gold is used homeopathically to treat depression and despair. So, what is homeopathy? Homeopathy is different than traditional Western medicine because it respects the wisdom of the body. And there are 3 laws: the law of similars, Harry's law, and the law of dilution. I'd like to spend a little bit of time on the law of similars. If you believe that the body has a wisdom, that means that when your body does develop symptoms, a disease, if your body has a wisdom, why is it developing these symptoms or problems? Well, it's necessary in order for your body to maintain homeostasis or balance. So, to give an example, when you do develop a fever, it's necessary because your body needs that fever to get rid of maybe some toxins in your body. When you develop a rash, it's the way that your body reacts to some external stimuli, and it needs the rash and inflammation to protect itself. And of course, it gets more difficult to understand if you're trying to say that, well, is there a reason why my body's developing macular degeneration? Is there a reason why my body is developing glaucoma? Well, yes, it is. There is a reason. There's an imbalance in your body, and it's necessary that you have that high eye pressure or macular degeneration. So it helps your body maintain homeostasis. Now, the way homeopathy treats the problem is by administering the same medicine which causes those symptoms. So the law of similars state that a substance that causes a symptom in a healthy person will cure this symptom in a disease state. So, an example, belladonna, which is a homeopathic remedy. If you would take belladonna, you would produce or get a high fever, redness in your face, and a throbbing headache. So, in other words, if someone has these symptoms, fever, redness of the face, a throbbing headache, they would be prescribed homeopathic belladonna. So, whatever symptoms you have, you take a medicine which will produce those symptoms. So when I was cured of my adult onset asthma, I took a homeopathic remedy which actually causes asthma. Now that may seem kind of scary to you, and you may say, oh my goodness, that's insanity. If you take a homeopathic remedy which causes asthma, isn't that going to make your asthma worse? Well, it didn't. It cured my asthma because my body was trying to maintain balance, trying to maintain homeostasis. And when I was in that disharmonious state, the homeopathic remedy kind of helped my body maintain that homeostasis or maintain that balance. So let's look at some additional examples. Now, if you cut an onion or peel an onion, your eyes are going to water. So if somebody comes in with watery eyes, we may give them homeopathic onion, it's called Allium sepia, to treat the watering of their eyes. So the law of similars, like cures like. A honeybee, if you're bit by a honeybee, there's a lot of redness and swelling. And so if someone comes in with redness and swelling, either due to a bite or maybe even due to wet macular degeneration that has redness and swelling, or maybe redness and swelling around their eye because of an infection, they're given the homeopathic preparation of the honeybee. It treats redness and swelling. The rattlesnake, if you're bit by a rattlesnake, it causes a lot of hemorrhage in your body. So this particular remedy is used to treat hemorrhages, either on the skin, nasal hemorrhage, or a hemorrhage inside your eye. So this is the law of similar. So when we treat somebody, we're looking at their particular symptoms, and then we prescribe a substance based on the homeopathic principles that will help the body maintain homeostasis. So it acts as a catalyst to help the body to heal. So the homeopathic evaluation not only looks at your eye problem, but it looks at other diseases and physical problems that you may have. So that's one thing that I really like about homeopathy. So if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, we look at all of those items and try to tie it in with your eye problem. And we look for a homeopathic remedy that matches all those symptoms. Also in homeopathy, we look at the mental and emotional state. It's important in homeopathy that we look at the underlying cause, and a lot of times it can be emotional disharmony. And I have found that often with the right homeopathic remedy, a calmness develops in the person. They become more relaxed and balanced, which helps the body to heal. So those of you that are not under homeopathic care, it may be something to consider. And we can do this by setting up a telephone consultation, and either on phone or Skype, or if you come to the 3-day program or you come for a follow-up, we can do that in the office. It's a detailed evaluation, review all of your symptoms and what's going on in your body, and we try to select a homeopathic remedy. Those of you that have taken a homeopathic remedy in the past, I would encourage you to continue it. Those of you that are taking a homeopathic remedy, you feel that it's not really the right one or it's not making any difference, then we got to change the remedy. Remember, when I was cured of my asthma, it took 3 remedies. The first remedy did nothing. The second remedy may have helped a little bit, but that third remedy had a profound change in my general health and my asthma. And I've seen this over and over again, the profound effects that homeopathy can have in individuals. So definitely consider homeopathy. Now, those of you that are interested in follow-ups at the Florida Healing the Eye Center, or if you have never come to the Florida Healing the Eye Center, I would highly encourage you to make the trip. And these are the dates that we have available. Now, these are dates that follow our 3-day program. We As I mentioned, we have our 3-day program once a month. These are 3 days that we allocate for 5 new patients that are coming. But these are the dates if you're interested in coming for a half a day follow up, if you're interested in an overnight stay, or you'd like to stay for several days for treatment. These are the dates that are available, and you'll be getting a copy of these dates right after this webinar. So during this time, we do offer accommodations at the Wellness Center. You'll have a private room and a private bath. We have some very nice facilities, and we also offer organic meals and snacks during your stay. There's plenty of activity in the area, so in between treatments, you can relax in a hot tub, a sauna, walk around the Wellness Center. We have 50 beautiful acres on a lake. We are growing our ranch. We added 3 more donkeys. We're going to be adding 25 more goats. The chickens are laying eggs. The organic garden is full steam ahead, and things are very active. But the goal is that we're going to provide you a really healthy environment to heal and the best food available. As I mentioned during this time, you can have some specialized treatments. You can have the pulse electromagnetic field, oxidative therapies, and we also offer hyperbaric oxygen, fine-tuning your microcurrent machine, and many other opportunities to help you achieve a much better level of vision. Those of you that have dry eyes, I'm really happy to announce that I've worked on developing a new dry eye formula. It may cost a little bit more than other brands, but it has 5 to 25 times more of essential ingredients for dry eyes. And it has 25 times the amount of vitamin A, 5 times vitamin C, 10 times vitamin E, 10 times vitamin B6, and 5 times magnesium. And these are essential vitamins and nutrients to treat the dry eye. Plus, it contains twice the omega oils in a plant-based form, which I find it critical. No harmful fish oils. And here's a link for those of you that want to review why fish oils are potentially harmful to you. It also includes a proprietary blend of green food: wheat, barley, alfalfa grass, spirulina, chlorella, broccoli. These are essential green foods to help restore your natural tear film. It also has green tea extract, milk thistle, ginkgo biloba, grapeseed extract, and bilberry. And it also includes a mix of probiotic cultures and digestive enzymes. So we are offering before December 31st, you'll save 20% on your order. And you'll also have receive a free link to watch the alternative treatment of dry eye webinar. This is a $19.95 value, yours free. And I really believe that nutrition and proper vitamins are the best way to treat dry eyes. So if you are suffering from dry eyes, especially this time of the year, those of you that live in the Northeast with forced air heat and lower humidity, it can be a real problem. A real problem. We also have the last Sunday of every month, and coming up December the 30th, is you can ask Dr. Kondrot a question. So if you didn't have your question answered on these coaching webinars, tune into the radio show. No matter where you live, you can tune in online, and there's a toll-free number to call. And once again, I do like to hear from you. So if you do have a particular topic you want me to review, I'd be happy to go over that in more detail. The goal of these coaching calls is to try to help you get the best results with the microcurrent and alternative therapies. The goal is also to try to help you understand your eye problem and to help you have a much better level of vision and a much better level of health. So let me see here. I think that that's all the material I have. So I'm going to open things up for questions. Okay, the question is, what form of PEMF do you recommend? Well, there are many, many machines out there on the market, and I think the dust really hasn't settled on this. I invested in a machine that has been put together by Dr. Gary Gordon, and it's a very powerful machine that you can control the different levels of the pulso-electromagnetic field. One thing is that this is different than magnets. You know, magnets do not have a pulse. It's essential that you have the pulse electromagnetic field. That pulse is what gives more power. I am investigating um, portable pulse electromagnetic field machines. The machine that we have is close to $30,000. So it's a very expensive machine, but it's powerful and it definitely accomplishes a lot. I'm looking into devices that are smaller, portable, and less expensive. In fact, I'm in the process of evaluating one that costs around $3,000. So if you are interested in the PEMF, um, you're welcome to come to the Florida Center to have a couple of treatments, or you might want to go online to the organization ACAM, the American College of Advancement of Medicine. That's Apple Charlie, Apple Mary, acam.org, and type in your zip code and find an alternative doctor near you and see if they're listed as using the PEMF. Unfortunately, there are not many PEMF machines out there. So there are not that many doctors using it. Hopefully, there's going to be a lot more interest because, as I mentioned, Dr. Oz had a feature on the pulse electromagnetic field, and I've enclosed that link to his television show in the last newsletter. So if any of you don't have that link and you're interested in watching his show about the pulse electromagnetic field, please email me and I'll send you a link. Any other questions? So there's two ways to ask me a question. One is you can click the hand button on your control panel, which is on the right. If you click the hand button, that means your hand is raised and I can unmute your microphone and hopefully I'll hear the question. The other option is just simply to type the question in the question section and then I'll answer it for you. Once again, these coaching calls are the first Monday of every month at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time. So I'll be sending you a link for the January, and we have a question. Hello, Chalda.
Hi, Dr. Kondrot. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. Yeah.
What do you think of the blue blocker sunglasses?
Okay. The question is, what do I think of the blue blocker sunglasses? I'm going to, because we're getting some feedback, I'm going to mute you when I answer it.
Good.
Okay, the question is the blue blocker sunglasses. Research has shown that blue light is harmful in patients with macular degeneration. And I think that the blue light is harmful mainly at night. The blue light that we're being exposed to in this research was studied by Professor Hyam, and I interviewed him on Healthy Vision Radio, and the link to his radio show is available. I think that during the day, we need the blue spectrum of light. That's one of the reasons why God made the sky blue and the ocean blue during the day. But at night, we should eliminate blue light. So using the blue blockers at night would be beneficial. but I do feel that we need blue light during the day. At one time, I was a very, very big advocate of sunglasses. I felt very strongly that everyone should wear sunglasses and protect their eyes from the ultraviolet light during the day. But my opinion on that has now changed. I think that it is essential that we do receive a certain amount of ultraviolet light during the day. There was a study done at Wills Hospital, which they showed that the rabbit pigment epithelium, which is part of the retina, will not regenerate unless there's low levels of ultraviolet light. And many of us have grown up with being bombarded with the dangers of ultraviolet light. Wear sunblock, avoid the sun at all costs. And of course, I was one of those too that would tell my patients, wear sunglasses, avoid the sun. But now, one of the biggest deficiencies that we see is vitamin D deficiency. And why? Is because we're not getting enough sunlight. So I do recommend that all of you try to get at least 1 hour of exposure to ultraviolet light. I don't mean you go out and sunbathe for 1 hour. Just go outside, enjoy the ultraviolet light. Maybe have your vitamin D levels checked. And if you are deficient, consider taking supplemental vitamin D. And now all of my vitamin formulas, in particular the macular degeneration, does have supplemental vitamin D because I think this is essential for good eye health. So I hope that answers your question. You might want to listen to my interview with Professor Hayam, a really good interview, so you can understand more about the dangers of blue light, especially at night. Any other questions? Chalda, did you have another question? Or is it your. Chalda, did you have another question? Or is it your.
I do have a question. Are you familiar with Edgar Casey's formula for eye health? It's called Opticate, and it's a mixture of herbs.
No, I'm not
No,
familiar.
I'm not familiar. Okay, I was just wondering. Thank you.
I have all of the Edgar Casey readings on a CD. And years ago, I went through all of his readings to look at what herbs and nutrients he recommended for the eye. And I'm not familiar because you have to be careful because there's the Edgar Casey Institute, and some aspects of this is commercialized, and they may be making some products that aren't directly from the Edgar Casey readings. So if you could please send me that information so I could review it. I'm always interested in looking at different ways to help folks with eye problems. And so if you could please send me that information, Chalda, I would appreciate it. So the question is, what are the sources of blue light at night? This is a very good question. Well, fluorescent lights are a source of blue light at night, and the compact fluorescent lights. Professor Hayam feels that the fact that our government is forcing us to use the compact fluorescent lights at night could be one of the most detrimental things that is going to affect our health is blue light at night. In fact, his studies have conclusively showed that increasing the levels of blue light at night increase the incidence of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and macular degeneration, believe it or not. So I advise patients to avoid light at night, especially blue light. If you do need light at night, you should have incandescent light, which has more of a red spectrum of light. Other questions? So we're coming up to a close on this particular coaching webinar. I'll be joining everyone again the first Monday in January. You'll be getting a link for that. I'll also be sending everyone a copy of all the slides during this webinar, and also a recording if you wanted to listen to it again. So I do want to thank all of you for taking time to join me on this webinar, and I look forward to uh, joining you again the first Monday in January. So I can't believe that 2012 is coming to a close, and I want to wish everyone happy holidays and a best wishes for a good new year. So thank you very much to your good health and clear vision.